Susan Page is USA Today's Washington bureau chief. She's with us at the table. Susan, welcome back.
Hey, thanks.
So what do you make of this new investigation into the Trump Foundation?
You know, it's never helpful if your candidate's name is in a headline with the word investigation. And I think these Washington Post stories about the Trump Foundation have been very damaging. That said, 8 weeks out from an election, I think when the Trump campaign says this is a partisan investigation, that's going to resonate with some voters.
Let's talk about the leaked Colin Powell emails. He seems to indicate that he has a problem really with both candidates. But what is the significance of an endorsement from him? When he was on our show on Monday, Susan, he said he hadn't decided yet which candidate he was going to endorse. He was going to wait till after the debates. Well, clearly, when you look at those emails, he seems to be unhappy with them both.
Well, he doesn't seem to be likely to endorse Donald Trump, whom he calls a national disgrace and an international pariah. And you know what makes these emails so powerful is that he's a Republican talking about a Republican candidate, and also that these are his private thoughts. He didn't call a press conference to announce this. This is what he apparently really thinks. And while he's not happy with Hillary Clinton, it is impossible to imagine him now endorsing Donald Trump after his characterization of Trump in these emails. And this is important because Colin Powell is a highly respected figure, very experienced, retired general, former Secretary of State, and a Republican. So when you look at the biggest swing group in this election, which are white, college-educated voters, his views could matter with them.
He has a lot of credibility on both sides.
And
Yes,
I know that's who President Obama, in part, was reaching out to yesterday at that campaign stop in Pennsylvania, where he also mentioned this median household income increase of over 5%. It's the first one in almost a decade. What might it mean?
The most important political news we had yesterday, because it means that this recovery, which officially started in 2009, is finally being felt in the families across America, rich families, poor families, middle-class families, white families, black families. It's an amazing report. It's the strongest report since they started tracking this measure in 1967. And, you know, we've seen President Obama's approval rating ticking up. It's ticking up because I think people are feeling in their own lives, even before the statistic comes out, that things are getting better for a lot of families in America.
I know you've written about this biggest swing in the electorate this year. What is it? Who is that group?
That is college-educated white voters. You know, since the 1952 election, when we started looking at this, they have voted for the Republican. They are going for Hillary Clinton now because they are concerned about Donald Trump, especially on issues of tolerance and demeanor. And if they go to Hillary Clinton in the way that we think that they are going to do, that they're doing now, it would be the biggest swing in 4 years for any major demographic group in our history.
And what battleground states does that matter in?
Well, it matters. It's put Virginia and Colorado basically out of reach for Donald Trump. It's important in places like Pennsylvania and those collar counties around Philadelphia.
Susan Page, always great to have you here.
Great to be here. Thanks.